Hello, this is Isaiah the Yonko, and I know, it's been a while since we did a FNAF theory on the channel, almost a year, but after a whole year of FNAF releases and stuff like that, I kind of just wanted to start clean, clean the slate. All those old FNAF theories, although I still believe in some of them, I'll just consider, lost media or whatever the heck. I just want to start a new series of FNAF theories, and if you guys like them, then, like, subscribe, comment, see what you think. But today's theory is going to be relatively small, not really impacting the lore all that much. But today I want to propose a theory that I've been thinking about for the last few days. I call it the MCI 87 theory, or MC 87, whichever one's like more catchy, I guess. Basic proposal theory is that in actuality, instead of 1985 being where the MCI happened, it was actually 1987. I do have some evidence for this theory. Okay, actually I think it has more evidence than just 85 because a book said so. Okay, all right, let's get into it. Firstly, in order to talk about why I believed it happened in 1987, we have to discuss why most people believe it doesn't happen in 1987. Firstly, let's talk about Into the Pit. I personally never liked the idea of using Into the Pit as evidence for 85 MCI. Firstly, the multiple inaccuracies within the game and the two books that make no fucking sense. But let's talk about the main one, and that is that there were 6 kids that died instead of 5. Now, sure, if you just ignore the FNAF 2 minigame literally showing us that there were 5 kids, fine, I guess you can make an argument saying that in the games there could have been a 6th kid, but like, no, this is not a retcon. I'm pretty sure this is just for the books specifically, because who the OC is Andrew? Can we be so for real? But in all seriousness, right? It's clearly not a retcon, because if it was, Scott would have added it to the movie to at least clear up some things that he always wanted 6 or wanted to change it to 6 kids. But no, it's 5 kids. It's always been 5 kids, and it's gonna stay 5 kids. So the only evidence anyone has for MCI 85 is not canon and makes no sense. To anyone who disagrees with my theory, I must ask, why can't it be 1987 as well? That would mean that there were 2 1987 MCIs. Now, the only reason why I'm asking this is because, do you think possibly that it couldn't have happened? Because why would Freddy stay open if there were 10 missing kids with back-to-back locations within the same town and state? Well, we also know that Fazbear Entertainment is very scummy. They would probably have hid that up anyway. I mean, think about it. Firstly, no one discovered the bodies at all, which heavily implies that Fazbear Entertainment took the bodies out. Secondly, we also know that Fazbear Entertainment is scummy like that. Within the first game, Phone Guy even states that they will wait 90 days before reporting your missing body to the police. 90 days? That's more than enough time to hide you. Maybe it'll be a lot easier to understand if I explain it on a timeline level. In June of 1987, William Afton lured 5 kids into a back room and killed them. This was the missing kids incident, and after some bad press and people just being genuinely creeped out about the place, later that year, near year's end, they opened a new location based on how it was new and improved and a lot safer. But that didn't even last long, because within the first 2 weeks, not only did another 5 kids die, but also the bite of 87 happened, which meant that the robots were scrapped within 2 weeks of the restaurant opening. And after that, depending on when you put FNAF 1, FNAF 1 happens. This is just a small, bite-sized FNAF theory that I made basically out of spite, because I really do not like the whole 85 thing coming from the books, because 1, the books aren't canon, and 2, it requires literally cherry picking one specific date out of an event that not only A, is inaccurate, but B, is again based off the books. You can't even figure this out in game. Meanwhile, there's a lot of implications that Scott wanted us to find out that it was 87 in game, from quite literally it being the only year ever stated, therefore it probably was likely that year as well, to it never being corrected that it was specifically 1985 or specifically 1987. I don't know, maybe the movie will like say what year it is. And then again, the movie places FNAF 1 in 2000, so I mean, I don't disagree with that. Then again, the way we got 1993 was based off a theory about actual murders in real life, so maybe we should reevaluate some things. as FNAF fans. Anyway, bye. Thank you for watching, and I'll be making another FNAF video sooner or later. I don't know. But I also talk about anime and stuff. If you're just new to the channel. Anyway, bye bye.